Hello hockey fans and welcome back to another video. Do you remember when the NHL posted an image stating that the 2022 Stanley Cup Final was the first final in over 40 years to not include a former teammate of Jaromir Jagr? Well, besides this stat being one of the most fascinating details I think I might have ever heard, it also got me thinking, can we use the same line of thought to make a similar connection between other players across NHL history? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Teammate Tag, the show where we connect two NHL players from completely different eras by linking them through their teammates. If you're a little confused as to what I mean, or you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, think of it like a trade tree, but with teammates instead. In today's video, we're going to see if we can connect the Great One to the NHL's current superstar. So join me as we link Wayne Gretzky to Connor McDavid through NHL Teammate Tag. Let's start at the very beginning with our first member of the chain, Wayne Gretzky. The greatest player in NHL history and holder of more league records than anyone else, the Great One spent 2 decades in the NHL between 1979 and 1999, where he scored an astonishing 894 goals and 2,857 points in just 1,487 games. If that's not impressive enough though, Gretzky also won a treasure trove of awards, including 4 Stanley Cups, 10 Art Ross trophies, 9 Hart trophies, and 2 Conn Smythe trophies, just to name a few. I think he had a pretty good career, don't you? During his 9 seasons in Edmonton and his final 3 seasons with the New York Rangers, Gretzky would play alongside a good friend of his and another legend of the league, Mark Messier. The only player in NHL history to captain 3 different franchises, Mark Messier spent 25 seasons in the show between 1979 and 2004, where he potted 694 goals and 1,887 points in 1,756 games. Not only that, the Moose would also earn plenty of silverware too, as he lifted 6 Stanley Cup championships, 2 Hart trophies, a Ted Lindsay Award, and a Conn Smythe trophy for his efforts. During the final year of his career in 2003-2004, Messier played his 10th season on Broadway with the New York Rangers, where he would spend his first and only season with another league great, Jaromir Jagr. One of the greatest players the NHL has ever seen, the ageless one played parts of 24 seasons in the show between 1990 and 2018, where he notched 766 goals and 1,921 points in just 1,733 games. Alongside his incredible career statistics, Jagr also earned his fair share of awards, including 2 Stanley Cups, 5 Art Ross trophies, 3 Ted Lindsay Awards, and a Hart Memorial Trophy too. From his rookie season in 1990 to his exit from Pittsburgh in 2001, Jagr spent 7 seasons lighting up the league with a fellow Penguins legend, Mario Lemieux. Widely regarded as the second best player in NHL history, trailing only the Great One himself, Super Mario played parts of 17 years in the show between 1984 and 2006, where he produced 690 goals and 1,723 points in just 915 games. Oh, and Lemieux also won 2 Stanley Cups, 6 Art Ross trophies, 4 Ted Lindsays, 3 Hart Memorials, 2 Conn Smythes, and a Calder trophy too. Not bad for a guy who missed huge chunks of his career due to battling cancer, eh folks? During his final season in the NHL in 2005-2006, Lemieux would find himself skating alongside Pittsburgh's latest first overall draft pick and the heir apparent to his throne, Sidney Crosby. The greatest player of his generation, Sid the Kid has spent the last 18 years in the NHL, where he has scored 529 goals and 1,441 points in just 1,132 games at the time of this recording. While his career statistics are impressive enough, Crosby would also earn plenty of awards, as he lifted 3 Stanley Cups, 2 Conn Smythes, 2 Hart Memorials, 3 Ted Lindsays, 2 Rocket Richards, and 2 Art Ross trophies, and he's only 35 years old. Midway through the 10-11 season, on February 21st, 2011, Pittsburgh would acquire a forward via a trade, who would end up spending the next 3 seasons with the Penguins organization. And while he is the least notable name in this video by a pretty huge margin, that player was none other than James Neal. A long-time veteran of the league and a productive player throughout his career, James "The Real Deal" Neal spent parts of 14 seasons in the show, where he potted 296 goals and 559 points in 869 games. Though he wouldn't earn any individual awards during his NHL career, Neal did earn a pair of trips to the All-Star game, and he scored the very first goal in Vegas Golden Knights franchise history, which is a pretty impressive feat if you ask me. Towards the tail end of his career, Neal would be traded from the Calgary Flames to the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for fellow behemoth contract holder Milan Lucic. And though he never quite lived up to his yearly salary while in Edmonton, Neal would spend the following 2 seasons with the Oilers. And who was the captain of the Oilers at the time? That's right, folks, none other than Connor McDavid. The best player in the league since his entrance to the NHL, Connor McDavid has spent the last 8 seasons in the show, where he has scored 258 goals and 740 points in only 511 games at the time of this recording. Though he is only 25 years old, McDavid has already won his fair share of awards, as he has earned 4 Art Ross trophies, 3 Ted Lindsays, and 2 Hart Memorials too. A pretty impressive trophy cabinet for a guy who's only just entered the prime of his career, right guys? So thanks to each of these players, their lengthy careers in the show, and their long list of teammates over the years, we have somehow linked Wayne Gretzky to Connor McDavid with only 5 players in between them. We have connected 2 league legends who played roughly 4 decades apart, and all it took was 3 Hall of Famers, a future Hall of Famer, and a long-time veteran in the league. That's pretty crazy, right? Was this a difficult task to accomplish? No, not really. Does it actually matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. But was it a fun little experiment to try nonetheless? Yes. Yes, it was. And on that note, I'm going to end today's video. That was NHL Teammate Tag. What do you guys think about this idea, or it potentially becoming a reoccurring show on the channel? Did you like it? Did you absolutely hate it? Or do you have another pair of players that you want me to link in a future video? Let me know in the comments below. I really do want to hear what you guys have to say about this. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye! A big thank you to Bexy93, Burned Retinas, Drew Fawcett, Houston NG, Raquel, and Worthless Pieces for helping support this video via Patreon. If you too want to help support the channel a little bit further and get a shout out at the end of every future video, make sure you head over to patreon.com/oddmanrush and become a patron today.